First of all, Bruce Campbell telling me nice kill. I didn't even know that happened in the moment. I couldn't tell who was talking to me. And then afterward, this one of the guys from Saber comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, you hear Bruce Campbell tell you nice kill?" I was like, "That was him." That's why I sounded so nonchalant when I was just like, "Thank you." All right, so I want to talk about a few things. First of all, I'm going to use this content for YouTube. So what's going on, YouTube? I'm here live streaming on Twitch right now, but currently what we're doing is we're going to break down some of the stuff that you saw in that Evil Dead the Game gameplay preview that we did. And what I want to do is I just want to go over a few things that were probably glossed over in the video because the video is much more about like entertainment value. Now that I'm allowed to talk about things, it's nice because there's a lot of things I want to talk about. This game, first of all, is very, very fun. You know, it's hard to get a sense of how well something is balanced when you can only play 2 games of it at an event. But honestly, the game felt really well balanced. It felt kind of the sort of asymmetric balance I would compare it to is Evolve. Like at the start of the match, the survivors are so much stronger than the Kandarian demon. But then if the survivors are able to be stalled, and then the longer the match lasts, the demon will get so powerful that eventually it's kind of overwhelming. So it's kind of how Evolved worked too. The stronger the monster got, the harder it became if you're hunting him. So if the survivors are moving quick, it might be that the demon's like struggling. But if the survivors are moving fast, then it's going to be that, if the survivors are moving slow, then the demon's gonna definitely like have an advantage, or if he's able to hold them up in some way. So I wanted to talk about this screen, which was definitely glossed over very quickly in all of the videos that you saw, but basically something that I don't know that they've like ever officially talked about is that this is a class-based, asymmetric horror experience. It's kind of akin to like Left 4 Dead style gameplay almost, where like as the survivors, your goal is obviously to finish the mission, but if you don't, it's kind of like about getting as far as you can. So you see on the side here, there's 4 classes. There's Leader, Warrior, Hunter, and Support. I thought it was hilarious, by the way, that every single class has one version of Ash in it, which is really cool. So if you want, you could have 4 Ashes on your team, which is hilarious. I played, of course, Cheryl Williams in the video. She is like the big healer, and I kind of think the way the game is balanced right now, it almost seemed like you need a Cheryl on your team, which is a little awkward because like you want to play characters like Pablo and stuff, but anyway, let's not get too into that. So I just wanted to talk about every character has like an active ability. So Cheryl's is like she puts down this healing field. But there's also like perks and things that you're not seeing, and we didn't get to show off that screen. But we were able to look at it ourselves, and now I can reveal this information because the embargo is lifted and everything. But there is like a huge tree for every single character in the game, and right now we can count it. In this build of the game, there were 3, 6, 9, 13 characters. I'm assuming they're filling out these last 3 slots for release, would be my guess. But anyway, every single character has like a very large tree that you can spec into for different perks, and it's almost like a talent tree. So there's going to be a lot of different ways to spec and play the game. You know, I'm saying like, oh, it seems like every team needs a Cheryl Williams, but who knows? We didn't actually even get to look at the perks, so maybe there are certain perks for certain characters where they'll get heals off of executions, and that can mitigate not having a healer and stuff like that. I actually don't know those answers, but I do know that there's a very in-depth skill tree for each character in the game, which is very, very cool because there's like a lot of things to grind. There's cosmetics and things for sure. So that I'm assuming at least some of which, if not all, are going to be unlocked or able to be unlocked through progression. But I'm assuming there's also going to be like paid. Maybe not. I don't know. These are just my assumptions, but because they didn't tell us at the time, there's probably going to be paid cosmetics as well. I know there's the pre-order cosmetics for sure that you can get for Ash.
I'm sweating.
So let me go ahead and get into the mission here. So you can see the first objective, you can see up in the top right here, is collect the pieces of the map. So you're going to see as we progress, You're gonna see as we progress through the mission that there are there's a set series of objectives. They're always the same as far as I know, in terms of like how the multiplayer plays out. I don't know if they're gonna add more modes in the future, but it kind of seems like probably not. But let's just get into it. So every match starts with and let's talk about what the demon's doing too. So every match starts with the survivors needing to collect 3 pieces of the map. And they're randomized. And you're gonna see when we open the map that the map is very large. You know, it's akin to, I would say the size feels similar to like a Friday the 13th map, and there's multiple maps. So if you played Friday the 13th, the game, this is nothing like that, by the way. I know a lot of people were concerned this looked like it was going to be Friday the 13th-ish. Oh, you can actually see the objectives up here as well. So we can talk about those right now, I guess. But the only comparison I'm making is it felt like, as far as like running on foot, the maps were similar size to Friday the 13th, the game. As you can see up top here, there's these symbols. These are indicating all of the objectives that you have, and I'll try and show you examples as we're going through, but basically the objectives are to find the 3 map pieces. As you can see here, there's 3 slices of the map. Once you have that, the map will tell you where you can find the Kandarian dagger and the lost pages of the Necronomicon. Once you have both of those things, you can go and you can use the dagger to help kill the Dark Ones. And once you've killed the Dark Ones, you can banish them back to hell using the Necronomicon. All of these stages, the pages, the dagger, and obviously the banishment at the end, are like a ritual that take time. So you have to like control this circle while you're being assaulted from all different sides. It's very cool. But let's kind of like see in action. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit just so I can talk over it. So the demon, as you can see, is kind of like that. I mean, I'm assuming most of you that are watching this have seen the movies. So if you see this view, and I know it's a little pixely because I didn't have access to Andy's direct gameplay capture, he's kind of taking the view of evil. If you've seen the movies, it's kind of like the perspective you see whenever evil's approaching. But the demon's goal, starting out, is to pick up these bits of energy, these infernal energy, and he's going to use those to level up, but also to spawn deadites, to possess people, to trigger traps, to use these like jump scares on the survivors, because the number one way that the demon finds the survivors is the more scared they get. And you'll see on the left as we're playing, I'm actually just going to maybe mute this while I'm talking so I can leave it going. But you'll see on the left as we're playing that there is a meter below our health bar. So the top bar here is your health. The bottom bar is your fear. And the higher your fear, the faster that the demon can find you. And then as soon as your fear gets over a certain threshold, the demon is able to possess you and use you to attack your teammates, or to run you away so that you're separated, run you into a trap that he's set, like all kinds of different things. So it really seems like there's a lot of fun ways the demon can get creative. It looks like he was just spawning like a trap somewhere. We didn't get a chance to play as the demon. It was only Andy playing the demon. So like some of this is speculation, but all of the things I've said already are facts about the demon. So he is looking to get this infernal energy. And you'll actually see on the bottom, I'm pretty certain. Let me find a piece of my gameplay so it's a little more clear. So you can see the level that the demon has gotten to. I'm pretty sure is what this indicator is right here, level 3. You'll see that meter's climbing over the course of the match, and as it's getting higher and higher, the demons are harder to kill. They're tankier, they do more damage, all that kind of stuff, because whoever's controlling the demon is able to like select whatever upgrades they want as they collect enough demonic energy. And this is I zoomed in on because I was just showing off like all the different things that you can level up throughout a match. So you'll pick up bottles of pink F from supply crates, or you might even just find them lying around. And if you pick them up, you get a point to level up melee damage, range damage, health, stamina, fear reduction, and how many shields you have. So lots of different things over the course of a match that you can decide that you need as well. You'll see that at a certain threshold, you can perform executions, and all of them are cool. Even when you're playing Cheryl Williams, your executions are actually so sick. And they're all weapon specific too, which is really fun. So the execution with the improvised spear that I found is different from the execution you'll see when I get the hatchet later on. There's all kinds of different ranged weapons, and obviously, like, the way we spec'd our team was based on what Riley was telling us, because Riley had played the beta before. So basically, Riley is playing Henry the Red, and he's sort of like this damage-dealing character. We have, of course, Cheryl, who is like the support class. And obviously is very important for heals, but like the passive that you guys, I think, probably don't know about just from watching the gameplay is that any heal that I take will also affect people in a radius around me. So it's kind of very important that I'm picking up the heals personally, because anytime I drink like a healing coal or whatever, and this is the part that might need to be nerfed, actually. Anytime that I'm drinking like a healing item or using shields or whatever, it gives it to everyone in an AoE. So Cheryl Williams is actually like very, very powerful right now. Oh, other characters. So then someone is playing Evil Dead 2 Ash. That character is very important because his active ability is that if someone gets possessed, he can immediately unpossess someone using his power. And then we have Amanda Fisher, and I'm not sure what her active power was, but I did hear on Cage say that she has an ability that gives her unlimited ammo. There you're seeing like one of the traps that the demon can set in supply crates and stuff. But these are just 4 of the characters. There's at least 13 in the game right now, and they all behave differently and play differently and have different powers. So there's gonna be like a lot of different ways to play the game. You know, you could all be bruisers if you want, but then you might run into trouble later on when you need heals and that kind of thing. The combat felt really rewarding. You know, the shooting aspects all felt pretty decent. We were using controller, which is why you're seeing people fumble with the shooting just a little bit. But the melee combat felt pretty good. You can't cancel an attack mid-attack, but you can dodge pretty much frame 1 for my fighting game people right after you attack. So you can basically like throw out an attack and immediately dodge, and you'll see me doing it. I'll like kind of do like a light, because you have a light attack and a heavy attack. You can do like light, and dodge right away. Most of the enemies, I would say, have very like visible windups, so it's pretty easy to see when you need to be dodging and whatnot. You'll see there are these amulets you find around the map. I believe there's a character that can make the amulets. I think that's Pablo, but we didn't have him on our team. So anyways, and you're seeing at the bottom here, maybe you can't see it that well because of the progress bar, but the demon's now level 10, so it's like keeping track of, you can kind of keep track of how fast you need to be going, because like, I'm assuming at least once the game is out, there's going to be a very defined meta of like, this is the like, oh shit number. Like, man, the demon just hit level 20, guys. We really gotta like be moving along here, you know? I think I pretty much covered everything. I think there's like a lot of cool ways that the demon can like interact with the characters just based on using the map. So you'll see at one point he takes over Henry and runs him into the Dark Ones. And these are like they will down you extremely quick if you don't have the dagger and the pages yet. And then of course, eventually you can get enough energy that you can spawn whatever boss character you've picked. As far as was in the build we saw, there are 3 to choose from at the start. There's Henrietta, there is Evil Ash from Army of Darkness, and then there's Elagos from Ash vs. Evil Dead, the like mind demon guy. And each of them have like different dudes that they spawn. You could have 5 Ashes. What do you mean? Oh yeah, you could have 4 Ashes on a team and Evil Ash. Yes, there could be a match of all Ashes. Oh, here's one thing. So I'm not sure if everyone got this, but as soon as you get the lost pages and the dagger, so once you've unlocked both of them, a storm starts. So it's like, this storm does not exist for the rest of the match. So as long as you take to get the dagger and the pages, you can take as long as you want. The only penalty is that the demon's going to be getting stronger and stronger, right? But once you have them, there is like a battle royale style storm I don't want to, I use that term very, very lightly, by the way, so don't think that it's like there's any other BR mechanics. But a storm starts once you've gotten both, and it centers around where the dark ones are. So that's how you saw us lose this match, actually, is we moved way too slow because Xavier was playing Ashe, and he got possessed, and then we had to run back to try to help him, and then we could have outrun the storm, but some people were insistent that we had to take a car, and then we're fumbling with the car, and anyway, the storm ended up getting us. But you'll see that at the end of the video, one tactic the demon can use, and does use, is Henry's the last one, and rather than have a fair fight, he just possesses Henry, who is now maxed out on fear. So he's able to possess him. Boom, he possesses Henry, and he just runs him into the storm to kill him. And the storm, by the way, kills you fast. I went from full health to basically nothing, and I would say less than 5 seconds. I think that's it. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you found this informative. If you're watching this on Twitch, I hope you found it informative as well, but I would open it up now on Twitch to questions. But on YouTube, I'm just going to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.